With that, it is 1600 hours, and we have with us today Oviedo High School's NJROTC program to present the colors. Would you please rise? And Laurel Ross from the American Legion will be leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Right, color guard. Halt. Right. Face. Reset. On.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Color guard. Carry. On. Ready. Cut. Left. Face. Forward. March. Left. 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 Right. Right. Left. 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 Right.
Thank you so much to Oviedo High School's NJROTC program. One of the reasons why it's so significant that they're here is because it's the Oviedo school that was saved. So the people who just presented the colors, it's people who of that age who came to school who are alive today because of the selfless sacrifice of the crew of that Navy plane. So I wanted to welcome you all here today. And do we know it? Do I need to be in front of the speakers or behind the speakers to make that squeak stop? All right. Well, we wanted to keep these under here because we didn't know how the weather was going to be. But there is reason to smile today for so many reasons. We have a lot of people who grew up and who are here with us. If you are one of the survivors from that fateful day in 1962, could you please raise your hand so we can identify you? How many do we have in the crowd today? And for those who don't yet have a ribbon, Ingrid Bryant here, who I think everybody back in the day called Mickey, may have an extra ribbon, but they might have flown away too. So we will make sure to get you one, if not today, then later to commemorate this event. And we've got the children of Lieutenant Hodgate here, right in the back here, and they also have some ribbons, so you can say thank you to them for what their father did for our community. And without further ado, let me present to you Deb Jepson. She is the main person who initiated research on this, worked tirelessly on it. All of the words have to be vetted, and each line of text on one of these monuments, which is registered in the state level system, it has to have a footnote, and she's the one who did that, and we're so grateful for all of her hard work.
Thank you. I'm going to be brief today, but TOP, the Oviedo Preservation Project, it is the sponsor of these markers, and this organization is the brainchild of Megan Sladik, who 15 years ago had the foresight to form this organization. And she and the board began to raise money, and they raised money for years for these markers. And we have board members in the audience today. Would you raise your hand? Tom O'Hanlon, Gloria Dunmeyer, hi Gloria, and Bob Putnam. So they had a lot of help, but these are and myself, we are the board of TOP, and we're very proud to be here. We have many more signs planned for Oviedo. We hope to eventually have walking tours and historic tours around these markers. And as Megan said, these markers are included in the Seminole County Guide to Historic Markers. So look for more of these. In regards to the writing, there are rigid standards required for these, as Megan said, 900 characters per side. You have to use active verbs. I could go on and on. You can't have any editorializing or assigning of value judgments. And in order to submit an application for the sign, I had to include written accounts from newspapers and magazine articles. I interviewed eyewitnesses who were at the school at the time. I reviewed the actual Navy crash report. And I had numerous emails from Al Rankin, who is president of the A3 Skywarrior Association. And he asked me to convey to you today his thanks for recognizing the pilot and crew of this airplane. So thank you from Al Rankin. We wanted to include an eyewitness account on the marker. This had not been done before in Seminole County, where the actual words of an eyewitness was used, but we knew that it was very important to do that. I had interviewed Jim Jones a couple of times. He was in high school at the time of this crash. He saw the three planes coming towards the school, and we felt it was very important to include Jim Jones's words on the marker. He conveyed the actual truth of what happened and the emotion. So we have included that, and here comes Jim Jones to talk to us about what happened on that day, January 15th, 1962.
Thank you, Deb. And that was a tough job that she had, let me tell you, getting the verbiage passed. I still don't know what an active verb is. And they didn't like words like hero in it either, because I first put that in the narrative. Oh, you can't call it, well, I said they are heroes. Well, nevertheless, you got to satisfy the bureaucracy, right? Anyway, I'm not going to take the time to repeat everything that's on the sign. You will read it if you haven't already, and you have undoubtedly read my social media accounts of that day. I was sitting there, I had a privilege to have, I'm sure the privilege is not, but I was in English class looking out the window, which is probably why I had to take remedial English before I could take regular English in college. Anyway, I want to thank, of course, I thank Deb, I want to thank Megan, both in her capacity with the Oviedo Preservation Society and her capacity as mayor. Also want to thank my daughter, Dawn Jensen. She did the program today, great program. And I want to also thank Bob Delary, our Seminole County Commissioner. Deb has told you how difficult it is to get this kind of thing approved. And about 6 months ago, we reached a stalemate. I mean, nothing was moving, both with the verbiage and with the COVID was stopped everything. And I called Bob, and let me tell you what, in about 2 days, he had it back on track, going full speed ahead, and that's why we're here today. Anyway, I know you don't want to listen to me, so I'd like to introduce two special guests today. Charles Hodgate, the son of Lieutenant Hodgate, and his sister, Tracy Hodgate Montour. Would y'all please come up?
Good afternoon. So, really we came down here to say thank you to everyone who's worked so hard at bringing this about. Thank you all very, very much. It's deeply appreciated. And what you're doing, this matters. It matters. It's important. It's important to remember the heroes who've gone before us. Not just to honor their memory, but it helps with the family. It helps to ease the sense of loss of the family. And maybe, just maybe, a little more, maybe one day, one of us could face our own moment of truth. That moment when we have to make that decision. And maybe by remembering those that have gone before us, we can summon our own courage. And we can do what's good, what's right, and what is just, and not just what's convenient for ourselves. So thank you all. This matters. It's important. And it's very much appreciated. And I've been practicing this, so don't make fun of me. I'm from Massachusetts. God bless you all.
But born here in Florida.
I was born here in Sanford, though.
Okay, if anybody here from the Wreaths Across of America, I want to thank them because it was their tip that enabled me to contact Charles and Tracy.
All right, at this juncture, we'd like to invite anyone who is willing and able to join us on a memorial walk to go unveil the monument. And then just for anybody who may not be able to, when we return shortly thereafter, there are some refreshments up here. So we'll give probably about a 20-minute gap to get there and back. For anybody who may want to drive there at a later date, the monument is located at the intersection of Lake Jessup and Clark. So it's kind of back this way. So we're going to ask Mr. Jones and anybody who was there that day to join the Hodgate, the children of Lieutenant Hodgate, in leading the walk this way. The unveiling, leading the unveiling. So let's head down this way and we'll start walking.
What's the best way, Megan?
I think right here.
Megan, do you want to know?
For anybody who is not able to walk and wants to stay a little closer to here, the Lawton House will be open, so you can check that out as well. So feel free to go inside and we'll see you shortly. And also, eyewitnesses, please come back this way for UCF Riches to capture your stories on video. Check in with Bob Putnam on that.
Pause there. Thank you all again.
Wait, could you guys get over here?
Oh, sure.
Thank you.